Welcome to Beyond the Pages. I'm your host, Arlene Reyes from Donnelly.media. In this podcast, we go beyond the headlines, diving deep into the stories that matter with our team of journalists. Stay with us as we uncover the details, insights, and untold perspectives behind the news.
Donnelly.media presents Beyond the Pages. Captain Tree Service sponsors today's episode. When a disaster happens, call the captain. 856-796-3536.
Hello, and welcome to Beyond the Pages. Today, we have a very special guest, Cheldin Barlatt Rumer. She is the CEO of the This Is It Network that we recently started a partnership with, filming Hello Jersey, which has been so much fun.
So much fun.
Hi, Cheldin. How are you?
I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me. This is so fun.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
So I wanted to share with our listeners.
Sure.
You started advertising recently in our publications.
Yes. I'm so
and
excited.
we wanted our readers to know a little bit about who is Cheldin.
Yes.
And what is This Is It Network?
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for having me. I've already gotten multiple calls, multiple screenshots of people seeing my face on their kitchen table.
I'm so glad.
So it's wonderful. They're like, excuse me, why are you advertising in the Northeast? Because I can. Why are you advertising in Hamilton? Because I can. I should share with you this screenshots of people really enthusiastic. So it's working.
I'm so happy to hear that.
It's
so happy.
Wonderful. So surprised and so wonderful. But I knew that working with you was going to be important because This Is It Network is really about storytelling as well. So the alignment was just so beautiful. So again, my name is Cheldin Barlatt Rumer. I am the CEO and executive producer of This Is It Network. We are a New Jersey-based digital streaming platform that celebrates and elevates remarkable women. We are available on iOS and Android, Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. We tell stories. Yeah, it's so much fun. We tell stories through digital talk shows. So traditional talk shows, we're bringing that back. If not to age myself, but I loved Oprah.
Yes.
The Oprah Winfrey Show, Donahue, Sally Jesse Raphael, Montel, right? All of these really great talk shows.
Yeah.
And our goal is to bring that back to South Jersey, the live studio audience feel, as we're looking to really not only create wonderful shows, but tell remarkable stories, not only here and throughout New Jersey, but globally. So there is no geographic limitation to what we got going on. So to partner with you is awesome.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I'm so happy to do it because I recalled that someone from your office reached out about an event.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And it was several years ago.
Yeah.
And we were able to finally connect. And you've emceed for a few of our events, our 40 Fabulous Females, which we have coming up again this coming year, and our Empower Her event that you did for us in 2024. It was so exciting, very inspiring.
So fun.
Tell us a little bit about, because you yourself have had events.
Of course.
I've attended.
Thank you.
And you have such a great panel of people.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your network and how your events build into that.
Absolutely. So we really love being in the digital space. We love being in the digital space. We love the online community. But I think that there's something really special, and I know that you agree, about taking things offline, off page, and meeting people where they are, shoulder to shoulder. Now that we can, now that we're safe, now we can be moving throughout not only New Jersey for us, but nationally. So we really wanted to meet our remarkable women wherever they were and go to them with really high quality events that really get them really enthusiastic about who they are as people, who they are professionally, and providing knowledge and resources. I think that the majority of people really love to have fun and they love to be able to learn and laugh, but there's always a lack of knowledge, hardcore knowledge, like what should I be doing?
Right.
And where can I get that? And how can I get more of that? And I think that what we want to do is we want to not only meet them where they are in their various communities throughout the country, but also for us to be able to say, here's what can really help your life. Here's what can make your life better, and be kind of their best friend that is online and off.
Yeah, because I feel as though a lot of times when you go to these type of events, it's a lot of fluff.
Yeah, a lot.
And not a lot of
Yeah.
These were the steps through my journey that I took.
100%.
And I feel as though
Yeah.
every one of your events that I've gone to,
Yeah.
you get
Yeah.
deeper into that. What is the journey?
Yeah.
What were the steps? What got you here?
Sure.
And, I appreciate that you leave
Yeah.
there feeling inspired and also thinking, okay, how can I can apply these things
I
to
can
my
apply
own
these
life and
things.
my own career.
And
So
it's
I
so
feel like,
important.
mhm,
It's so important, especially for what I call remarkable women. They're leaders, executives, entrepreneurs, whether they're leading their household or leading in the boardroom, they already have it. The majority of us women that are roaming around, we
right.
already have it. It's what ignites it. How can I get them more resources to do it, to execute it? The majority of us have it in us already, but we go to these things and I love, believe me, I love to be motivated. I love to
Hmm.
be of motivation. I love to be able to get people inspired, but I also think action plus aspiration equals the abundance that you deserve.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what initially inspired you
Oh,
to
fair.
start the This
Yeah.
Is It network?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love this story. So I was in media and entertainment. I was in PR, marketing, events, web design, graphic design. So all full service agency. I owned IG. I own IG Creative. And what we were doing is we were getting our small business owners ready for publicity opportunities, right? Fox Good Day locally, the Today Show, media outlets, writing
Hmm.
articles, ready to be interviewed. I am, if people can't feel it from the podcast,
Yeah.
I am overly enthusiastic about just about everything. I'm an
Hmm.
extrovert. But what I was finding, I was working with a lot of introverts, right?
Right.
The cupcake lady that just could not part her lips to tell somebody why they should buy their cupcake. And it was so hard for me to wrap my mind around because she had remortgaged her house. She hasn't seen her friends because she was in this bakery making these cupcakes. But then you ask her, why should somebody go to your bakery? And she couldn't find the words. So I
Right.
started really just interviewing them. I studied media and communication at LaSalle University in Philadelphia. I always wanted to be on television. Again, aging myself. I wanted to be a
Yeah.
VJ on MTV, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
Right?
The
Remember?
VJ was the
It
dream.
was a dream. It was a dream. I got really sidetracked with marketing and
Hmm.
entertainment and event planning. And so I pulled out a camera. I was documenting things before that was a thing. And we just practiced in my office. We just practiced getting them ready for the interview. But I realized that the way I was able to communicate, they dropped their shoulders and then they started talking about their grandmother's recipe or why the cupcakes were vegan. And I was like, oh, this is it,
The deeper part
the
of the
deeper
story.
part. And I said out loud, this is it. This is all I want to do. And This Is
Yeah.
It network
We're-
kind of stemmed from that.
That's so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And so what are next steps
Yeah. So
on for
exciting.
This Is It network?
Yeah, so 2026 is going to be big for us. We have over 20 events planned, small or large. And again, we consider an event a meeting of the minds of 10 or hundreds. And so we have a number of different events planned. We also have 26 new shows, including
Wow.
Hello Jersey,
Yeah.
that we're launching into the market. We've spent the majority of 2025 really developing, producing, and now everything's being edited in the lab. But most exciting, we've partnered with Gloucester Township, Mayor David Mayer's office. Blackwood, New Jersey has an arts district, which is just absolutely wonderful. And we're looking for more, not only vendors, but more business and merchants to come into that area. We are in search of an amazing space or looking to launch an amazing space. We call it our This Is It Network Media and Innovation Center.
Okay.
It's over 16,000 square feet. All of our core shows will be broadcast out of that space, but it'll also have an educational component to it as well. Classrooms, podcast suites, videography, photo labs, really being able to provide that educational tool that we believe that South Jersey needs to be competitive in digital and media.
Yeah. And I think that having an educational tool component to
Yes.
it in such a local area
Yeah.
is so important because a
Sure.
lot of times to get education on any of these different types of platforms or
sure.
whatever the case may be, you have to go beyond
Yes.
New Jersey.
Absolutely.
Whether, it's in Philadelphia, New York,
For
or
sure.
across the
LA.
country. Yeah. So I think that that's
Yeah.
such an important thing and so inspiring that you're bringing that into
Yeah.
Gloucester
I'm
Township.
so excited. And, I think that there are plenty of hidden figures, plenty of people who are in media and communication, television, videography that are here in New Jersey, South Jersey in particular.
Right.
Can we create some enthusiasm? Can we share? Can we help them in forming collaborations? Right. We always say you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
There's so
Mhm.
many people that have their cameras, their editing software, and they're doing their best to do their best independently. Can we create a real collective to be able to work together to get larger projects
Correct.
and help the next generation?
I think that one of the things that you have said that I always feel inspired and I feel like that is true
Yeah.
is that networking or working together, there's space for everyone.
100%.
And there's no
100%.
need to have
Or
this,
even, 100%. Or even
this
stress out about
competition
it.
or right, exactly. Because
Yeah.
there's always a way, there's space for
Of
everyone.
course.
Everyone has their own unique hook and what they do. So tell us a little bit about what feeds into you that brings you that feeling of networking,
Yeah.
connecting, and just growing together.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it would stem from exhaustion, right? Like look at I call it kind of the treadmill of it.
Mhm.
If you're on a treadmill, you're working up a sweat, right? You're
Mhm.
really working out, but you step off it and you haven't gone anywhere.
Right.
You literally haven't gone anywhere. I feel like entrepreneurship feels like that sometimes, right? You're working up a sweat, you're doing all of the things, but you haven't gone anywhere. How can I crawl forward with more people? I think that there are a lot of national, global brands that would work with some really talented people, but we're not big enough alone. But together, we have that economy of scale.
Right.
We also, tend to say, okay, somebody's already doing that. There's already a cupcake place on the corner. I can't be a cupcake place in the next town, needless to say, in the same town, right?
Right.
They're like, oh my gosh, I can't do it. Somebody's already doing that thing. But then I walk through the grocery store and there's 7,000 different types of bottled water.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And they're not concerned about the
No,
bottled water,
no,
right?
they're
Fiji-
doing their thing.
Right. They're all shaped differently, the glassware, plasticware, but it's all water, right? In
Right.
various forms, spring, tap, I don't even know. But I think that we need to look at it that way. Like I had a group that came to me and was like, oh, we're not doing what you're doing. I'm like, please do what I'm doing. There needs to be more people that are telling stories. There needs to be more places where these stories can live.
Right.
Because it's repetition. You need to see it, as marketers, we know that.
Mhm.
You need to see it on a billboard and then see it on a commercial and see it in the palm of your hand. And you need to see it again and see it again and then see it again.
Well, and also with storytelling,
Yeah, everyone's
everyone's perspective is so different.
sure.
So you can be telling a very similar type of story, but just
Sure.
have a different angle to it.
100%. And where else can it live?
Correct.
Where else can it live where you'd be like, oh, I saw that somewhere. Oh, I keep seeing that thing, right? We
Right.
say that
Mhm.
comfortably. Oh, I keep hearing your name. And then they take action. The
Correct.
one time I've known people that have been on the Today Show that hasn't moved the dial, right? Millions of views, millions of people have seen their product or service, but they haven't sold or they weren't able to really expand their business or scale up just based on that one opportunity. It's what comes after the Today Show.
Right.
What comes
How
in
do you
conjunction-
follow up with
Yes.
it? Yes.
And that's what we provide. And that's why I
Mhm.
knew you were an ideal partner for what it is that we were doing because, how do we spread the word? How do we help your, advertisers, your partners spread the word? How
Right.
can we be in partnership together to do
Right.
that?
Right. Doing similar in the same type of industry, but still working together and building each other up.
100%. And I think that's the only way. I
Mhm.
think that the silo of it is, again, going back to that exhaustion and that treadmill.
Right.
You can do it by yourself, but can we do it better together? And I think that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely is.
Yeah, I love it.
You do have a network
Yeah.
that you provide
Sure.
meetings,
Sure.
sharing.
Yeah.
I've met some great connections
Yes.
through there.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm a big fan of organizations.
Mhm.
I'm a member of pretty much every organization that will take $19.99 a month. Like I would
Right.
honestly, any kind of women's organization, industry organization, I just am a strong believer in that. I believe that paired with being able to share your story and through advertising, that ability to sit and go to a meeting always ignited me to sit next to somebody, look at them eye to eye, gain a business card, scan a QR code, connect and follow up.
Right.
And so for us, we encourage our community to be part of as many communities as possible to really understand that we are better together. So our community is made up of women leaders, executives, entrepreneurs. Again, whether you're leading your household or leading a boardroom, we
Mhm.
want your ambition to live somewhere. Sometimes we all feel crazy when we're ambitious, right?
Yeah.
People are like,
Mhm.
so you're volunteering and you're working and you have kids, right? That's the woman that we really speak to.
Right.
We encourage her not to put things down. We like to say we help her carry it. Right. And so instead of being like, do less, we're like, okay, how can we have you or help you do what you want to do
Right.
in that way? So what has really happened is a lot of organizations that live in that scarcity will be like, oh, join our organization, but don't talk about other organizations. Don't really prioritize other organizations. Don't be a member even of other organizations. We want to be your all things. And we're just not that. We want you to bring us other organizations. We want you to bring us other events. We want you to let us know where we're missing and where we're falling short. And what has happened as a result is that the women that are part, like you've just mentioned, that are part of our organization have met each other and have created unions aside from what is This Is It Network. They've been on each other's podcasts. They've been writing their forewords for each other's books. They've hosted events together. They've started businesses together.
Right.
And so that's the power that we have, that them laughing, them meeting, me seeing a post. They met on one of our community meetup Zooms, and then me seeing a post online that they're at happy hour together,
Yes.
or they've started a union or some kind of a business together. That's what this is about. And if we can provide the viaduct or the gateway to make that happen, that's just, my life's
And
work.
you definitely are. I've definitely made connections through your network.
Yes.
And one
More
of
to
the
come.
things that you have said in your Zoom meetings is, and you give everyone an opportunity.
Yes, I do.
I
do.
And
Yeah.
you've explained it better.
For sure.
You asked everyone to do two things.
Two things I do, either bring an ask or a scream. So our motto at This Is It Network is for you to scream your dream. So no longer whisper your wishes, but always scream your dream. And so I want you to be able to use your voice. I think that the majority of us have it in us, right? Like I had mentioned before, but finding your voice and using it are two different things, right? And so I recognize that you need a safe space for that to happen. You can't just be screaming from the rooftops and have people pay attention. So we create these weekly community meetups. It's every Wednesday. We get together at 12 p.m. Eastern via Zoom. And people can come when they can. Not everybody can come every week, and they come when they can. They pop in. I won't see people for months, and then they'll pop in and be like, I needed this.
Right.
But I ask them to bring an ask or a scream. And the ask could be something small. I have 100 followers on a platform and I want 150. Can somebody help me? Can anybody help me? You'll see you begin to rack up just simply by asking, right?
Right.
People don't know what you need unless you ask them in some cases.
And I think it makes the space comfortable when you say it's okay to ask.
It's okay to ask. You have an event coming up. You can pop in and say, we have an event coming up in this particular market. Does anybody want to come? Oh, I didn't even know. Or even better yet, I saw that. I forgot. I saw that. Oh my gosh, I saw that. Thanks for reminding me. The majority of us are moving so quickly. So to give people an opportunity for that ask is so important. The next is I asked them to bring that scream in the air of, screaming your dream. We as ambitious women very rarely celebrate, right?
Right.
We make an accomplishment and we move on to the next thing. We finish the race and we start another one. And so it just gives you a beat. It allows you to take a beat to say, I sent out that email. Finally, I launched my website. I launched my course. My toddler is potty trained, whatever it is that you want to bring that little scream, an acknowledgement, because being seen is so important. Being heard is equally important. So we want for our community to be seen and heard. And oftentimes we feel so busy, but to know that you have that blanket time every week, that if you're looking to celebrate or if you have a question, and that doesn't mean that everybody on the call may have the answer.
Right.
But more people to know what you need and what you celebrate is important to me.
And I think, again, you asking makes it comfortable where a lot of people can participate in it. Because there are times where you go to an event or you go to something and you're expected to participate.
100%.
But the person doesn't maybe make you feel as comfortable or something about it is a little. But I think that the grouping and the fact that it's the way it's set up, a lot of people participated and many did ask.
Yes.
Many had a scream, whether it was for themselves or even for someone else.
For someone else. And I think that that's so important too. I mean, I think that the key, and you do it so well, and we're participating in this new show and it's so fun. And Hello Jersey is just kicking off. And one of the things that I think both of us attempt to do and do really well is that we listen. And I think that so many people, especially in traditional media, it was like, and now the weather, right? So is the person do they really care about my cookie business? Do they really care about what it is that I'm doing? But what we're doing in this capacity and at This Is It Network is that you're leaning in. You're like, tell me more.
Right.
Teach me. Because once I'm taught about you, I can share you, right? Because people can't buy what they don't know.
Yeah.
And people can't share what they're not aware of. But now we're arming people with the knowledge for them to share their colleagues and friends. And that's really powerful.
Yeah, I strongly believe in the deeper story, which
Yes.
is part of the reason why we started the
Yeah.
Beyond the Pages, because
Yes.
we write so many stories about communities, towns,
Sure.
people within our
Yeah.
communities, and to know that deeper story. But you
Sure.
definitely share and
Yeah.
allow people to do that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I think it's a really, I see it, when you give people space, when you
Mhm.
give people the opportunity, and the majority of people that you and I are both interviewing are so busy, right? They're
Right.
so busy and they tend to want to run through this too, right? Okay, tell me what it is. But if you give them the space, you drop your shoulders, you lean in and you say,
Mhm.
tell me a little bit about those cookies.
Right.
They're like, okay, I will tell you about those cookies, right? You don't want to sell me anything. You don't want to be in a situation where I need and it's solely transactional. So transactions will come when the
Right.
storytelling is there. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is
yeah,
exactly right.
yeah,
Is there anything else you want to share as far
yeah.
as what you have coming in the horizon?
Yeah, well, we are so excited because we're available now on iOS and Android, Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. You can
Mhm.
download This Is It Network now. We're very excited about the additional 26 shows that will be available on that platform, the over 20 events that we'll be hosting in just 2026 alone. We're going to be
Yeah.
super, super busy. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, we're hosting an amazing event with a Zoom, the actual Zoom platform at South by
Mhm.
Southwest. So we have a lot of exciting
Exciting.
things coming up, and really working with Gloucester Township to be able to bring to life our This Is It Network Media and Innovation Center. That's our big, big, big hill to climb, and we're almost there. So we hope everybody stays tuned for that.
And is there anything? So let me ask you,
Yeah.
what is your ask?
Oh my gosh, my ask is for people to follow, fan, and like us, for you to learn more about This Is It Network. We are available everywhere at This Is It TV. You can log on to thisisitTV.com for more information. We want to hear from you. What stories do you have, whether they're global or local for us here? We want to come to as many events as possible. We want to connect with as many people as possible. There's no pitch too silly or too small. And we want to be able to be as many places as we can, promoting and elevating the voices of remarkable women.
Thank you so much, Sheldon, for
Of
coming
course,
in and
of
sharing
course.
everything about you and the This Is It Network. I'm so excited with
Thank
this
you.
partnership
Yeah.
with Hello Jersey
Yes.
and everything that it is to come. We'll
Sure.
definitely keep everyone updated as to what
Yes.
you have
I
coming.
love it.
And everyone can also keep continuing to see your information in our publications.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
That's a wrap for this episode of Beyond the Pages. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe and leave a review. Until next time, keep reading between the lines.